I went through probably the most traumatizing awkward stage that anybody has ever gone through, and I'm gonna talk about it in today's video because you guys have always asked questions about the awkward stage. But before we do that, if you don't mind, please subscribe to the channel. It really, really helps, and I really appreciate the support. So our story really begins back in March of 2020, but 3 months before that, I had cut my hair very, very short. I've been playing a lot of basketball at the time, and having hair that's long enough to get in your eyes, but not long enough to tie up is really bad for sports that require you to use your eyes to see, which is most sports, I guess. So I cut it short, myself, in the bathroom at 2 a.m. Different story. Fast forward to March, the birth of Jesse's Barbershop, and my hair being about 4 to 5 inches, which is about the length that it was before I had cut it short. And I was confident in it. It wasn't amazing, but I didn't really have any plans for it going forward. However, as I set off on this new adventure making YouTube videos and building this channel, I decided to embark on a little side quest at the same time. I decided that as I post videos on this channel, I was just going to continue to grow my hair basically indefinitely, potentially forever. I don't know. Not really thinking too much about it, you know? I was like, this is just gonna be a fun little project. I had heard about the awkward stage, but I was like, yeah, you know, I'm a professional hairstylist. When that time comes, I'll be able to deal with it. How hard could it possibly be? So that's what I did for about a year, and as I was posting these videos, I ran into an awkward stage. I hadn't gotten a trim to clean things up in a while. It was heavy, I couldn't style it the way I used to, and it was just getting bulky and frizzy, and it just gave me the heckin' darndest time, that awkward stage. And then something happened that made everything worse. I was meeting up with some friends at a restaurant. I was late as usual, and by the time I arrived, my friends had already been seated at the bar. I look over the desk thing and I see that my group of friends is talking to another group of people. Flags, 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 flags go up, right? Because I'm here to hang out with my friends. I'm not really in the mood to meet new people, right? However, luckily for me, within that new group of people, I notice an old friend of mine. I haven't seen this girl in like 10 years. So, you know, I'm like, I'm gonna go up and just say hi. This will be cool. Maybe we need to meet some new people, right? So I walk up, say hi to my friends first, you know, dap, 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 say hi to everybody, and then I turn to my old friend, who we will call Louise. And before I can even crack a smile in her direction, my ears are assaulted by the first words that come out of her mouth, which are, when are you gonna cut your hair? It's so long. And I'm like, nice to see you too. How have you been, you know? But it was just like the first thing that she noticed, and I knew I was going through an awkward stage, and I was just like, ugh, this hair, I don't want to deal with this. But anyways, terrible night. Not because of that, I just don't like going out. So I went home and continued on with my life. I was gonna keep growing my hair and didn't know what was gonna happen. But then one day, soon after, through the darkened expanse of the proverbial awkward stage, shone a new light upon me. Happened by chance. As I was experimenting with a new product, I decided to use an old blow drying technique that I'd used on one of my clients many, many years ago. As I finished the style, I looked in the mirror, and the significance of what I had just done became clear to me immediately. I created the perfect hairstyle. Okay? But before we continue, let me take a moment to give this hairstyle a little bit of context. So this is a combination of 2 hairstyles, both of which I have made videos for on this channel. One of them was a curly hair scrunch dry technique, how to make your hair curly, and the other one was a straight, smooth blow dry technique. So how to make your hair straight and smooth. 2 completely different techniques, one designed for curly hair, one designed for straight hair, expertly mended together on one head to form a sense of visual symmetry that could only be described as perfection. It was my seminal work, the perfect hairstyle for me. For the first time since I started growing out my hair, I had a hairstyle that I was actually proud of, one that people would comment on and say they liked. At this point, I thought that maybe I would just keep this as my forever hairstyle. It was perfect. But then I remembered something. A quest to grow out my hair indefinitely, potentially forever. So I was forced to make a decision. Do I give up on my quest and keep this hairstyle that I like so much, or do I push myself to the limit? Do I move forward and venture further into this unknown realm in which success is just as likely as failure? Well, I kept going. I said, fuck it, who cares? I'm a professional hairstylist. I can figure out how to style this eventually, no problem. I'm internet's famous Jesse from Jesse's Barbershop. Come on, I know everything about hair. So I sent it. I kept growing out my hair, and eventually, as hair does, it got to a point when it got too long to be able to style it the way I like anymore. And just like that, my perfect hairstyle was gone. And I was at peace with it. But then I felt it. A familiar sensation, chilling. One that I have felt only once before. It comes on slowly. You'd never know. Like a parasite inconspicuously burrowing its way into your subconscious. Mornings becoming ever so slightly more frustrating. Beloved hair products that I would rely on slowly becoming less and less effective. The routine that I use, that I rely on so heavily to style my hair, begins to shift. I'm being forced out of my comfort zone again, but why? I'd already been through the awkward stage, and from that I was able to achieve a hairstyle I loved and gave that up. I'd already paid my dues. This couldn't possibly mean it was. The awkward stage had returned, but it had evolved into like a 2.0 mecha awkward stage. One that I was not prepared for. I had never experienced so much difficulty trying to figure out how to make hair look just not so terrible. And I managed to get by. I was posting videos, and I'm sure a lot of you guys would think that the hairstyle didn't look that bad. But there was a string of videos that I had been making that every single video, I was just not happy with the way my hair looked. And that lasted for 9 months. And in the grand scheme of things, 9 months is not a lot of time. But 9 months of videos being posted on a hair YouTube channel, being presented by a professional hairstylist, and not liking the way my hair looks in any of those videos, I felt like a fraud, and it began to take its toll on me mentally. I was having a hard time bringing myself to post videos because I didn't think that somebody with terrible hair should be talking to other people about how to have good hair. I couldn't come up with good video ideas, and when I did post a video, I couldn't edit it with confidence because I didn't like the way that my hair looked on this hair channel. It got to a point where I felt like my hair was gonna influence whether I continue making YouTube videos on this channel. I had serious thoughts about cutting my hair and just starting all over, and I was questioning everything. But in my darkest hours, something spoke to me, like a tiny little voice in the back of my head.
When are you gonna cut your hair? When are you gonna cut your hair? It's so long.
Almost an entire year after the interaction at that bar, at that restaurant with my friend group who was talking to that other friend group who had my friend from a long time ago in that friend group, and she commented on my hair, that old friend's words echoed in my mind.
When are you gonna cut your hair? It's so long.
And the awkward stage was revealed to me then in its true form. I was able to see what the awkward stage truly was. A state of mind. An awkward state of mind. Hair will always just be hair. It can look good, it can look bad. Even when it's good, it's sometimes bad. That's just how hair works. So why am I doing this? Why am I growing out my hair? I'm not growing out my hair for you, Louise. I'm not growing out my hair for my audience. I'm not even growing out my hair for myself. God damn it. I'm growing out my hair because I want to look like Madara Uchiha. Did I mention that earlier? Or? The point is that as you go through your hair growth journey, you're going to come across the awkward stage, and people are going to comment on it. And if you grow it even further, you're going to go through another awkward stage, and people are going to comment on it again. So make the decision and stick to it. And more so than any decision you can make about your hair, the decisions you make about yourself and your mindset are what's going to get you through the awkward stage in hair and in life. Thanks for watching, guys. If you appreciated the video, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you vibe with my approach to hair or just looking to learn more, my website is now live where you can book one-on-one online consultations with me, internet's famous Jesse from Jesse's Barbershop. It's pretty cool. You basically book a time slot and we hop on a video call and you can ask your questions. I can help you out with your hair type and your styling routine, and we can basically just figure out your hair together. And by the end of it, you'll have an understanding as to how I, internet's famous Jesse from Jesse's Barbershop, would go about managing your hair. So thanks again for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it, and we'll hopefully see you in the next video and on my website. Bye.